You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and Beautiful fans, I've got your weekly prediction edition. We're going to talk about Liam's bizarre roommate situation and Steffie prodding Ridge. It's Melinda from Soap Dirt, and if you are not following us, please click that subscribe button. We have got predictions for Steffie and Ridge, for Ridge and Taylor, for Liam and Steffie, for Hope and Carter, and also for Finn and Liam as we get deeper into sweep. So our very first prediction, with no further ado, is that Steffie guilt trips Ridge to stay with her mom. So on Monday, an annoyed Steffie and Taylor find out that the showstopper was a different dress and meant for an actual model, and that Brooke and her co-conspirators pulled a fast one. On Tuesday, Ridge confronts Eric over the stunt he pulled with Brooke. On Wednesday, Ridge is torn by Eric's words and actions that Brooke's taken. And in the promo, Ridge is telling Eric he's committed to Taylor when Eric keeps pushing him at Brooke. So Ridge is clearly the victim of schemes from his dad, Eric, and all the Logan ladies. None of them seem to respect Ridge's right to choose for himself. What happened to no means no? How many times has he told Brooke no? I don't care if it's your destiny. No means no. If the positions were reversed and it was a guy doing that, it would be so much creepier. And if you remember, when Taylor and Ridge first reunited after Brooke took the CEO job, a couple of months after Taylor's broken heart syndrome scare was when this happened. And Steffie asked at the time, when Ridge first started seeing Taylor, to promise that he would not break her mom's heart. And he said he wouldn't. So after Brooke's stunt, Ridge's daughter, Steffie, may press him because she doesn't trust the Logans and thinks they may get under Ridge's skin. I think Steffie's going to remind Ridge of the promise and make it very clear that the Logans are scheming. You know, Steffie has no patience for them. And this is very important because of Taylor's heart condition. Steffie may lay on a huge guilt trip, but I have to say also, Ridge should not choose who he is with because one of the women he's considering is sick. That's not fair to him either, but Steffie will likely remind Ridge of all the ways that Brooke has hurt him in the past. Of course, she's not going to bring up all the ways that Ridge has hurt Brooke in the past, you know, but Taylor has always stood by him is what Steffie's going to say while she's pressuring her dad. Our second prediction, Ridge sticks with Taylor. So in the promo for the week, Eric is telling Ridge, go back to Brooke. And he says, it's where you belong. But he says that he is committed to somebody. Ridge is very clear on this, that it is Taylor that he's with. So Brooke's all caught up in her destiny, and Eric, Donna, and Katie have gotten her worked up. They're co-conspirators with her. But Ridge is not going to be pushed. He's going to dig in his heels as he always does when he's pushed. I think he's going to chastise Eric. He's going to listen to what he has to say, but Ridge is going to reconfirm to Eric he's committed to Taylor, and Ridge is likely also going to go reassure Taylor he is still with her and is going to make it clear to Brooke that her scheme failed. Ridge may have finally grown up and realized he needs to stop waffling, and Brooke may actually find her access to Ridge limited at work. He may avoid her after this because he doesn't feel like he can trust her, because that was his fashion show, his showstopper, his designs, and Brooke hijacked it for her little scheme. And I think Ridge has had enough. That's what I think. We know that Brooke is heartbroken by the time Nick Maroney comes to LA in June. So, yeah. Our third prediction is that Liam moves in with Steffie and Finn. So on Thursday, spoilers have Hope suspicious of Liam's new living arrangement, but it doesn't go into detail. And on Friday, Liam tells Hope she should reunite with Carter. So I suspect Liam may move in with Steffie and Finn, not in the guest room down the hall, but they have a guest house, you know? And her mom was living in it, but now she is over living at the Forrester mansion with Ridge. So Steffie may want Finn to keep a close eye on Liam's brain tumor. Steffie's also going to want Liam to be able to maximize the time he gets to spend with Kelly before he dies. Hope, of course, is very confused by the idea of Liam staying in their guest house if it goes this way, because it just seems bizarre to move in with his ex-wife and her current husband. And, obviously she doesn't know about the tumor. Liam's still not telling her, at least not yet. So Hope may wonder if Liam is doing some kind of weird plot to get Steffie back, and Liam is going to tell her he's not, but he also tells Hope that she should get back with Carter, and that may underscore Hope's suspicions about what he's doing and why he is living, right under Steffie's nose. And Hope's suspicions could prod Liam to tell her the truth, but hopefully Steffie is going to press Liam to tell the truth, because he should. Our fourth prediction, Hope devastates Carter. On Monday, Katie sees Daphne kissing Carter, and on Tuesday, Katie eavesdrops on Daphne and Zende. Well, she confronts her on Tuesday. She may do the eavesdropping on Monday, but she demands the truth and wants to know if Daphne came to LA to do Steffie's dirty work. Well, duh, of course she did. And then on Wednesday, Katie protects Carter fiercely. And by Friday is when Liam is encouraging Hope to give Carter another chance. And Carter's pleading with Hope this week to tell him she wants him as much as he wants her. Nope, I don't think she does. Carter keeps going back over and over to see Hope, to ask to reunite. Daphne's gunning hard to win Carter, kisses him again. Katie may blab to Carter whatever she overheard about Daphne and Steffie plotting. Katie's a big eavesdropper and a big meddler, but she doesn't always get the information right. But in this case, she might have done. Big question is whether Carter comes to see Hope after he finds out Daphne was plotting with Steffie. And another question on timing is if Carter appeals to Hope before Liam tells her to take Carter back. Either way, I doubt Hope will take him back. She may realize she still wants to figure out if there's any possibility of anything with Liam. And of course, he's only encouraging Hope to go back to Carter because he's dying. I think Liam wants this Hope reunion, but he also doesn't want to drag her into this whole, death spiral he's going to be in. So Liam's going to want Hope to have somebody when he's gone. So he may think pushing her at Carter is the best thing to do. And our fifth and final prediction, Finn is desperate to cure Liam. So on Thursday, of course, Hope's suspicious of Liam's new living arrangement, which I think that Finn and Steffie are going to open their home to Liam in light of his death sentence, put him in the guest house. He's nearby. Actor Scott Clifton said in an interview with Soap Digest that Finn and Liam become good friends during all this. Liam's going to be relying on Finn for info on his latest test, his scans, treatment options. Liam will likely also tell Finn he knows he's going to be a good dad to Kelly once he's gone. Liam's also hoping for a cure, and Finn's going to be getting to know another side of Liam. He's going to get very close to him. Finn is not going to want Kelly and Steffie or himself to lose his new bestie Liam from their lives. So this friendship may be what drives Finn to do every single thing he can to do an exhaustive search to keep pushing until he finds a way to save Liam's life.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.